Hi guys, and welcome to Tasha Tuesday. So a few years ago I made a list of my favourite TV shows of I think 2018, and it's been a while since I've done it. I think that was my last one. So I thought I would go through my top 10 favourite TV shows of 2020 so far. These are in no particular order, these are just ones that I've been really loving recently. So number 1 is Sex Education. This is a Netflix original show starring Asa Butterfield, who I love, and it's about this high school student, Otis, and then his friend Maeve, and they start up like a sex education business within the high school and like answer questions about like sex questions and stuff that other classmates have. So I find it really interesting. I just finished season 2. Oh my gosh, the ending. But I love it. I'm very excited for season 3. I'm pretty sure they have a season 3 coming, but very excited for that. Number 2 on this list is Tales of the City. This is a limited series on Netflix, and it is the like reboot almost of like an original series called Tales of the City. And it follows some of the same people and then also some new people who used to live in Burberry Lane. And it's like the story of the people in that and the tales of the city of those people. This TV show has Ellen Page as one of the main characters, who I love. And it's amazing. So it has a whole bunch of so there's Anna, who is transgender, and it has other transgender characters, and they like highlight like some polyamorous relationships, some gay relationships. It's very inclusive and I love it. I think it's really great, and it has some like twists and everything, and the whole premise is that Burberry Lane is like someone at Burberry Lane is being blackmailed, and then it's why are they being blackmailed, who is doing the blackmailing, what do they want, and it's super interesting. I really love it. I think I watched it in like a day and a half. It's a good series. Number 3 is The Good Place. Oh my gosh. So this series just finished and I love it. So it has 4 seasons and it follows Eleanor Shellstrop after she has died and gone to the good place. I won't say spoilers obviously, because I mean, I assume lots of people have seen it, but for those of you who haven't seen it, it has some very good twists that you just are unexpected. In my personal opinion, I think the ending of this show was one of the best endings I have ever seen to a TV show, like for a long time. So yeah, I cried so much in the finale, but I would highly recommend it. It was definitely one of my favorite shows. In fact, it's one of my favorite shows of 2020, but I also think it's just in general like one of my favorite shows of all time. Number 4 on this list is The Umbrella Academy. I flipping love The Umbrella Academy. It's like a different take on superheroes, and I know it is a comic book by Jared Way. Amazing, by the way. I've read I think the first like issue, and I really want to read the rest. But it follows like the Havergreens, who are all like adopted siblings who all have different like powers and stuff. So Klaus, who's my favorite, can see like dead people and like talk to dead people, or there's like Diego, who can like manipulate knives and stuff, like, or like throwing things, or Allison, who says I heard a rumor, and then like what she says people do or it happens. I think it's really, really great. It's a really well put together show. I just think it's a great story. It has a lot packed into like 8 episodes, I want to say. It's on Netflix, but I would highly recommend. Season 2 is coming out sometime, I want to say in the next like few weeks. They keep hinting that it's gonna come, like it's gonna drop, so I'm very excited. But it's amazing. Anyone who loves like post-apocalyptic superhero stuff, but it's also just funny as well. So, and that one has Ellen Page in it as well. So go ahead and watch that if you're a fan of her. Number 5 on this list is Lock and Key. This is another comic book to TV show, or I think it's a graphic novel, sorry, to TV show adaptation, and it's on Netflix again. And the premise of this is that there's this Locke family who their father has just got murdered, and they move into his old family house, but there's like mysterious things there. So there's the kids find these keys, and each key does like different things. Zoe and I had to watch this together just because some of the episodes are kind of creepy. For instance, and this isn't a spoiler because it is in the trailer, like there's a key that unlocks a mirror, and then the mirror like tries to lure you in and like it's a mirror. Once you go in, there's mirrors everywhere. How are you gonna get out? So like, that creeped me out. So Zoe and I had to watch that together. This show it's a kind of in between. It wants to be like a teen supernatural fantasy, but it also at the same time tries to be like more adult scary, and it's kind of tried to be something in the middle, and I don't think it's quite worked. But the storyline and like some of the episodes are just so amazing and so good that I overlook the kind of mishmash of we don't quite know what we want to be. Like, it's obviously much darker than a teen fantasy, because like straight up they're like, oh, my dad got murdered, and like a lot of stuff happens. Like by the second episode you're up to like a 7-person body count, okay? So it's not a teen fantasy, but the way they've done some things does feel like that. But regardless of that, I would highly recommend. I hope they do a season 2, because the last episode left on a cliffhanger and I must know what happened. So yeah. Number 6 on this list is much lighter hearted, and it is Fuller House, which is the reboot of Full House, which is like the 80s, 90s sitcom, and this is like DJ and like the kids growing up and stuff like that. So it's the last season is being made and released this year. I'm all up to date. I love it. I'm very excited. It's just a funny comedy. Like, I love Full House, and I think Fuller House was in my last one as well. But I think it's a great show. It's something you can just put on in the background and you don't really have to think about it, but it's fun. Next up, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which I think is ultimately like one of my like favorite TV shows of all time. I've talked about this before. It's just funny. So the same creator that made Brooklyn Nine-Nine also made The Good Place, also made The Office and Parks and Rec, and I love like those shows. Like, so anything that I think Michael Schur, I think that's his name, does, I love. Like, he's just a wholesome comedy, and it's great. So this is it's Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is following the 99th precinct of Brooklyn police, and it follows like Jake Peralta and Amy Santiago and like that team. Number 8 is Stranger Things. I could not forget Stranger Things. Season 3 got released last year I think in July last year, and then season 4, which is the final season, comes out this year. Don't know when. It's either gonna be, it's sometime from July to October is when it gets released. But I love this show. I love it so much. In fact, when I did Halloween Horror Nights, it was like one of my favorite houses. So yeah, I assume everybody knows what Stranger Things is, if you're into pop culture and stuff like that. But yeah, it's great. The final one on this list is High School Musical, the series. First of all, I want to say I hate the title. I think the title is way too long, but I really like the story. I love the original High School Musical movies. I'm a big fan. I went and saw the 3rd one in cinemas opening weekend. Like, I'm a huge High School Musical fan. And I was very skeptical, just like a lot of people, when they said that High School Musical, the musical series, was coming out, because everyone was like, oh my gosh, is that going to be just like a TV show of High School Musical? But no, it's the high school that High School Musical was set at is doing a production of High School Musical. And then it's like the drama with the crew, the cast and crew of the musical in the TV show. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's on Disney Plus. It's one of their original series that they put out. I really like it. I know that this is interesting, because I know there's a season 2 coming out, but it's not going to be called the same thing because they're doing a different musical. So I don't know how that's going to work, because it will be a continuation of the first season because of all the drama and like it's stuff like it's a teen drama movie, a teen drama show. So I know that it's going to continue, but it can't be called High School Musical, the series, because they're not doing High School Musical anymore. So I'm trying to figure out what they'll do, unless they do High School Musical 2 and then High School Musical 3 and go from there. So those are some of the TV shows that I have been loving in 2020. Let me know in the comments below, what are some of the TV shows you have been loving, just in general. It can be the same ones or new ones that I haven't mentioned before, because I love finding out new gems to watch. Like, love me a good TV show to binge. So let me know. If you're new here, click the red subscribe button and the bell button to get notified when I post a video, and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you all next week. Bye!